Hello everybody, Hyper Mario Sunshine here, and we're back for the Animal Crossing Retrospective, Part 2 of Wild World. Anyways, let's get right in. We pretty much changed the day, and off screen we finished up our job, and upgraded our house. So, in this episode we're going to basically be going around town, and skipping every few days to, well, see what's been going on. So yes, we're going to be talking more about the Direct and more about my previous times playing this game. So without further ado, oh yeah, this is Lyle. So yeah, this is his first appearance, and he wants us to get insurance. So yeah, he used to be an insuranceman before becoming a Happy Home Academy guy. Yeah, he's gonna follow you, so you just need to run away. He's always gonna stand in front of your house. And there's someone moving. Oh my god, it's Pierce. Pierce literally moved in. And there's gonna be a few weeds here and there. Yeah, that's the normal stuff. And some of our plants are actually growing. Oh, this is Mo's house. And also our house did grow a bit, increased in size. I think that's the size we're going to keep it for now. Anyways, Pierce moved in, which we did used to have him in our Animal Crossing New Leaf playthrough. New Leaf playthrough. And we, obviously we're still playing through it. Hey, new face, how's it going, Hawkeye? I'll introduce myself. I'm Pierce, and my sign is a Capricorn. You know, they really like to say what their sign is in this one. Gonna help me move in. Alright, let's do it. But yeah, villagers, this is like the first time they show like a villagers moving in or out. So yeah, this introduced a lot of mainstay stuff into the series. So now that we're done working, I guess we could change back into our shirt. Oh, no. Let's go say hi to Mint, I guess. Yeah, there's honestly not much we could really do during the winter time, honestly. Also, we weirdly have huge ears in this one. Oh no, one of our poor thing died. What, Peter? Oh, good morning. You're so awake and ready to face the day. I'm so jealous. And what do you want me to do with, what do you want to do with me? Oh yeah, you know that there's trees that grow, oh yeah, she's basically just gonna tell us some tutorial stuff since it's still the beginning. But, anyways, let's head to Nook's and, oh no, we shouldn't have pulled that. Actually, I'm not even sure if Nook is selling a watering can. We could have revived that. But yeah, this also introduced a watering can, and he still doesn't have the shovel yet. The Happy Room Academy. Right, and this is the first instance of the Happy Room Academy. Yeah, this really showed a lot back then. So yeah, like this is like the first time that the Happy Room Academy was shown. And Lyle here still never got his chance to be a part of it, but oh well. But yeah, I guess we could go over our memories of the game. So, when I first, well, it was my sister who got this game on Christmas with her first DS ever. And this is from what I remember her saying. No, I wasn't looking at that. Yeah, my father got it for her, and you know, me and her were both playing on it, and you know, obviously we played it for quite a bit, but we never really got too far until I got an action replay. So I don't really have the biggest of memories with this game. Oh, my sister always does that to people. Patient Sable. You have a question? Would you mind asking the clerk over there? And look how we look so weird with the big giant hat on our heads. But yeah. So, well, I guess there's not really much I could talk about. I guess there was like some town members that I really liked. We had Mitzi in our town, which was pretty good. I remember connecting with people locally before. Like me and my sister would like take turns like with friends and whatnot. And it was like really fun, just like connecting with our DSs with this game. But we only did it so little because like we didn't really have anybody to play with back then, which kind of sucks. But now that it's, you know, the internet has become much more bigger and, you know, more stable than it was back then in terms of like, you know, how much it contains, then yeah, it's been quite the amazing ride, I guess you could say. Oh, someone else is here, and it's Truffles. Felisa is still kind of developed. I want this town to have town so pretty that visitors are like fainting and stuff. Yeah, just more beginner stuff to know about. But yeah, we're free to do whatever we want. I guess I'm not even sure. I think this is like the first game that I didn't really play too much, honestly. But it did introduce quite a few things I would experience in City Folk, which I do have a lot of memories about. I guess we could fill up some stuff in our house now. Now that we have some furniture. But yeah, like, overall, this game I didn't really have, like, much of the experience with. Because it was mainly my sisters along with Animal Crossing City Folk. But City Folk, I would still have quite more memories in this game, honestly. But yeah, eventually I did action replay it, and I decided to use the action replay code to eat, like, once you pull out one weed, all the weeds in your town become bells. And each of them was, like, I think the highest was, like, 70,000 bells, and, like, most of them were, like, 68 or 69,000, which was pretty hilarious that some of them were 69,000. And also, yes, we changed the roof to our house to red. And our house is bigger. So yeah, there's also quite a few new, I guess, the cardboard box and candles are new furniture items. So yeah, this game introduced a lot of furniture items, which is pretty unique of the game to be the first to do that. But then eventually we did get later installments, and then especially New Leaf, not New Leaf, and now New Horizons is going to be doing that too. Just like being crazy, like having like a crazy amount of stuff. So like do, which is like amazing. I can't wait, honestly. Like seeing like these new special villagers, like placing like that replace the older villagers, like Joan and Phineas and whatnot. Like they're all replacing like the older guys, and they're like younger, more like modern versions of like everybody we used to know, like Chip the fisherman, like the fishing tourney guy. Like I like how like time it kind of develops, like over time in Animal Crossing, which is like crazy. But then like Tortimer is like people are saying he might be dead, which is like crazy. Because like I did see that there was the tombstone in the trailer, and like that is possible that you're living on Tortimer Island, which is like you know, a little sad. that, you know, that's where maybe Tortimer told Tom Nook, hey, find someone who could make this land amazing after I'm gone. Yeah, it is pretty sad if that is him. I do hope that we have, like, someone who, like, kind of replaces him in a way. Like, that has a role, like, some sort of, like, turtle like, granddaughter or grandson of sorts. Or, like, son or daughter, I don't know. Or, like, younger brother, maybe. I shouldn't be shaking trees like that, especially because I don't really know how to catch bees in this. Especially because, like, pausing, they just catch up to you, so, yeah. So yeah, not really too familiar. I guess, like, that was mainly my sister's story with this game. Was, you know, getting on Christmas and whatnot. And with her first DS, too. She would play this a lot. Like, this was her first Animal Crossing. She even tells me it's not her favorite, either. It's, like, her least favorite. Which, I guess I could go why it could be my least favorite and her least favorite, too. It just, like, it's so small. There's not that much to do compared to, like, Animal Crossing for the GameCube, for example. You have the fountain, like, you know, there's events happening. Tom Nook's shop has, like, a lot of crazy stuff, like the raffles, and which I actually forgot to mention that when we were playing through, well, not playing through, but doing our retrospective for the GameCube version, is that every last day of the month, and every time you purchase something from Tom Nook, you get a raffle, and you get to join a raffling system. Every 5 tickets lets you submit a raffle, and Tom Nook would roll, like, a little ball, and the ball would show white, blue, red, and, like, yellow or something. I don't know what the other 2 colors were, but they were basically, like, first, second, and third place prizes. And you could win all of them, technically, if you bought a lot of things. And also, he'd have, like, on sale days, which were basically Black Friday, he would have, like, a bunch of grab bags that had, like, a bunch of items, and they would be based on the year, the price. So if you had your year at 2001, you'd have to buy it for 2001 bells. The good thing Miles isn't moving around more often, because I don't want him chasing after me. But yeah, so you have all that stuff going on. Also, we did want to go up here, because this is also something in Wild World, and eventually in City Folk when we get there. Celeste. Yes, and these are the only 2 games where this exists, making your own constellations. Yeah, this is weird. Can I not click on that one? Yeah, the constellations I never really liked them too much. I do like that you can make your own, but, like, sometimes it just felt like you had no limit on them. Like, you know, like, there was just a limit on them. There we go, the letter J. I don't know. I don't really have the best idea, especially because like it's so weird to like. There's supposed to be so many stars in the sky, but you can only collect so little of them. Like you can't really connect too many, and like make some crazy constellation, like super constellation sort. But yeah. So this game did introduce quite a lot of things, but also just removed a lot of the things that made Animal Crossing Animal Crossing. So. Like, there's nowhere to really explore afterwards unless you visit someone else's town. A lot of the things are just really hard to unlock, especially, like, the hairstyling area. You can only unlock that after, She's getting excited over it. But yeah, she does get a bigger role when you do upgrade to New Leaf. But, yeah, like, for example, I just, like... This game comparing itself to like City Folk and the original, like, and New Leaf especially, like you have nowhere to go. Like New Leaf has like the place above it and the island. Animal Crossing also has the island, has the fountain as well. You could visit other people's towns if you have another memory card. You could also technically do that here with Wi-Fi, but that doesn't exist anymore. This place. Like, then this, like, city folk, you have, like, you know, the big giant city that you can go to. Well, not giant, but, like, you know, it's a nice city of sorts where there's a bunch of, like, shopping areas and whatnot. And they kind of, like, added that into New Leaf eventually and made it into, like, you know, like a one street that you could just walk to that was in your town. Which I loved. But, unfortunately, this game doesn't really have much, honestly, especially because they had to downgrade the villagers from 15 to 8. Just imagine halving the size and then only increasing by 2 the next game. Like, I know we talked about this in the last episode, but just bringing that up, that's what one of my hopes for New Horizons is that we head back up to, like, 15 or maybe even 20 villagers, especially because of the Switch being a lot more powerful than, like, the GameCube, DS, Wii, and 3DS combined. Another thing I really don't like about this game, I guess we'll start with all the stuff I dislike about the game, is that the controls. Because every time, if I'm playing on my DS and I'm just aiming up, and I just want to go a slight bit to the right, I have to like press right quickly, like how I'm doing now. But then like I'm heading in one direction. I don't like the D-pad at all for this kind of game. That's why I really like Animal Crossing New Leaf, because you use the gyro stick. This game actually did introduce some new things too. You could actually introduce the slingshot, which you can shoot down balloons in the sky. But you could also well, the balloons have presence, but you also there's 2 instances where you can shoot down other things. One is I think Peter, I think his name is, or Pete, the mailman, and he's in the sky. You could shoot him down, which is hilarious. It's like, I just saw him, like, he just falls down from the sky. He makes like ah sound. And yeah, he says like, who did that? Like, after, but he tells you who he is first, but then he says like, okay, who the heck just shoots a mailman down from the sky? So yeah, he does that kind of stuff, and then eventually Gulliver, who usually, you know, you find on the beach laying down, he actually is an alien. Well, he pretends to be an alien of sorts. I guess he might just be a space traveler. There's actually... Okay, there is one thing I do want to talk about afterwards when I'm done talking about Gulliver, and that's, I'll discuss it in a bit. But Animal Crossing Wild World had Gulliver as, like, an alien of sorts, but he's still, like, you know, the same Gulliver, I guess. But instead he's wearing like a spacesuit. So yeah, he goes around traveling, you know, with his UFO, and you can shoot that down, and you have to collect the parts, and he lies on the beach afterwards, so you have to collect his parts and whatnot. And he does give you a gift afterwards, but it's just weird to transition from like a sailor to an alien all of a sudden. And I never really encountered him as well in this game, because like, it really felt like you're missing a lot of characters, and One of the characters that you do see on the cover of Animal Crossing, like Wild World, is Harriet, I believe, or Harbret. I don't know. I'm not sure how to say her name. I can't. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's the poodle from Shampoodle, and you know she does your makeup and your hair and whatnot. But unfortunately, you could only unlock her after unlocking Nookington. So you can't. And she's on the cover of this game. So it just kind of sucks. Oh, it's starting to snow. The claws, but unfortunately not going to be doing. What? Okay, hold on. That wasn't that much in like New Leaf at all. It was a little less, a lot less actually. It was like 48,000 if I recall correctly. And also get the messages in the bottle. You could send them in like Nintendo Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if I talked about this in the last episode, but Nintendo Wi-Fi, like you could send that messages in bottles to friends, and it would wash up on shore. And then also Nintendo would send you stuff via in message in a bottle too. Also weird. Also, there is some events that are exclusive to this game, like Acorn Day and Gardening Day, which is actually like the only competition besides fishing and bug catching that exists. But again, that never came back. There are some events I really like Acorn Day used to exist. Like I keep mentioning it, but it's probably one of my favorites. But yeah, it never really returned. And this game just is so limited compared to the next two installments, which greatly exceed it. But there are some things I really do like about it, and that's like it's the building ground of the series. Like yeah, the original Animal Crossing, the original Animal Crossing, I wouldn't call it a building ground. I call it introduction because it's like an entirely different like game compared to the next three. Because the next three build on a foundation. Because you know, like the whole anchor thing, kind of like just made the game different paced. And also because there's a lot more things like having codes to collect items, and had the NES games, the original. The original also had like you know the fountain where there were so many different events, and it only had its exclusive characters like the Fountain Wizard of sorts. I don't even know. The game's really weird. It just is very unique in many ways. But yeah, like the original just never set a foundation because like a lot of its stuff isn't really used until like a New Leaf, which is crazy, and in New Horizons as well. When we get to that. So you had all these different things on different days. And like, you know, the fountain and whatnot, and it was just so different, that game. And then you have Animal Crossing Wild World, which made like the series new. You didn't have the anchors, you didn't have the ramp, you didn't have a lot of the main stage characters. You know, just really didn't have the same thing, although it was just, you know, it was probably because it also was on the DS. You can't really fit that much onto it. And also, that's what made Animal Crossing popular, was being portable and great with not only just gamers, but it was like a great thing for everyone, which I really like about this game. It was just like, it introduced more audiences because the DS was that kind of hardware. Like, the GameCube wasn't really that successful because it aimed more at a hardcore audience. I love the GameCube for all my heart, but yeah, that didn't really succeed because it only aimed for one audience rather than like multiple audiences. Which is why the Wii succeeded and the DS succeeded a lot. And it's also why the Switch is succeeding, because like the Wii U was just meant for kids instead of the hardcore audience. I guess it's like, in a way, they kind of like bounced around. Like they didn't focus on their audiences for a while, Nintendo, so yeah, it's pretty crazy to see where like everything started and whatnot. Like this game implements so much things. The town hall, obviously, it implemented like, you know, obviously villager accessories. This game implemented, you know, the villager not living in an entire section where, you know, other villagers live. Although you do live with other villagers in this game only, but yeah, this game also has quite a few other things going for it too. I really like, but in the end, it's, oh yeah, there it is. There's like a balloon. So if I had a slingshot, I'd be able to shoot it down. But yeah, there's just not much to really do at the end in this game, especially because nowadays, you have people playing, newly for Happy Home Designer and soon to be New Horizons, which are much better games. So, like, if I was living during the time when this game came out, I'd definitely be enjoying this a lot and be going to school with this every day, honestly. Because it's fun. This is like people that played Animal Crossing in the game. People were wondering, when's Animal Crossing gonna come back? That game was good. I want a sequel. And guess what? The DS was the perfect place. This started the foundation of like the Animal Crossing fandom. So without this game, I don't think like if Nintendo never like decided, hey, let's make a portable Animal Crossing to see if the series will boom. Like that, the testing grounds was the original, and this is the main exam. This is the main exam, and they passed it with flying colors. So they decided to improve upon it so much with each iteration. So that's why I could really respect this game at the end of the day. But yeah, next time on Animal Crossing, we're going to fill up the rest of our town with neighbors and see where we go from there. We're going to be talking. Actually, I didn't really talk much about the direct. Maybe a tiny bit. I talked about it today, but we'll talk more about it tomorrow and finish up with my final thoughts on Wild World. But yeah, see you guys then. Peace.